Well, good morning from Miami, Florida, and after a week of Netflix and chill here at the airport hotel, it's time to head out and explore the great wide open of the US of A, and we're starting in style today, with a flight the length of Florida to Pensacola, the airport with the airport code of PNS International Airport. So come with me then, let's head across to Fort Lauderdale Airport and take a ride with Silver Airways to PNS International Airport.
First up, of course, though, was the all-important cup of coffee.
Any green and sugar or just black?
No, just black, please. Need all the caffeine I can get.
Like whiskey, huh?
Whiskey in the evening, coffee in the morning, yeah?
I drink just straight cup.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Next, it was time to head to the airport. One thing I love about staying in airport hotels in the States is that they almost always have a free airport shuttle running around the clock. It wasn't long before we arrived at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport to get my flight up to PNS.
To Pensacola.
The airport was fairly quiet for this time of the morning. It's clear that despite travel restrictions easing somewhat lately in the US, there's still quite a way to go until we get back to normal.
What a lovely little airport this is. Everybody's so friendly. So nice to see. Fort Lauderdale Airport. I'm going to head down to the gate, grab a coffee hopefully. Yeah, it's nice here, I like it.
First coffee of the day finished landside. Once I was through security, it was time to head to Starbucks to get my second of the day.
I love America. Where people call you sweetie and babe. Oh, I don't mean anything dodgy by it. Okay, so they just announced we have a bit of a delay in boarding due to a maintenance issue with the plane, so hopefully it's not going to be too long because I've only got a sort of 50-minute connection up in Orlando to continue my way up to Pensacola, so fingers crossed that we get on our way pretty soon.
Fortunately, I didn't have to wait too long, and pretty soon we were called for boarding.
Thank you.
It was time to board then, and I headed out to the ramp to board the pink rocket to PNS.
Right, so on board the Silver Airways ATR 42, and it's 600 actually. It's one of the newer ones. Very nice. Lovely crew, comfortable flight. I think it's about 50 minutes up to Orlando first, I believe, and then onwards to PNS International Airport.
Up front, your flight is being flown by Captain Al, Co-Captain Joshua. Our anticipation time is 1 hour 6 minutes. Wheels up, wheels down. We'll be cruising at an altitude of 22,000 feet.
First leg today then took us north to Orlando. Flight time today was 51 minutes, cruising at 16,000 feet.
So then airborne from Fort Lauderdale on the Silver Airways ATR. Yeah, such a lovely crew on this plane. Very warm and friendly. About an hour's flight, I think, up to Orlando first, and then we connect and make our way onwards to Pensacola. What a view out the window though.
soon made our descent down into Orlando. The weather was pretty strange here today, with a misty layer floating just off the ground, which had burnt off completely by the time we departed again an hour later. Orlando Airport feels huge in a small turboprop like the ATR 72, and the taxi times from the runway seem to take forever.
So Orlando, Florida, home of course to the Mouse, and our connecting flight up to Pensacola. And this is the thing I love about American airports: when you do a connection, they always seem to come and go from the same part of the airport, so you literally hop off one and hop straight on another. In this case, we're going from the same gate, so I've just walked straight into the terminal, waiting here, and we're going to go straight back out again onto the same aircraft up to PNS International Airport.
Orlando International felt really strange with so few passengers there today. For an airport as leisure oriented as Orlando is, there seems to be barely any traffic these days, which was pretty sad to see. Pretty soon though, it was time to get back on board and take leg 2 of the day up to PNS.
Hello.
As much as it's probably an acquired taste, Silver Airways livery looks fantastic with the pink and black, and of course the huge flamingo on the tail.
Hello again. Good morning.
For the second flight today, they ended up reseating a lot of people for weight and balance. They're even struggling to fill ATRs these days. Flight 2 today then took us northwest from Orlando across the Gulf of Mexico to Pensacola PNS Airport. Flight time on this leg was 1 hour and 44 minutes, cruising at 20,000 feet.
So airborne once again on the Silver Airways ATR 72-600, this time heading up to Pensacola from Orlando. So cool looking at Orlando out of the window. Reminds me of lots of holidays we've had there. I miss holidays and flying for fun. The water for this sector, it's about an hour and a half. They're giving us a drink to get us through it, and then yeah, about an hour and a half till we land in Pensacola. Started our descent down into Pensacola. We should be on the ground in around about 15 minutes from now.
The weather up in the Panhandle today was pretty miserable this morning. Low cloud and visibility led to not much in the way of views during our approach. My ride from Fort Lauderdale to PNS this morning cost me £144.50 or $199 US. This works out at a cost of 26 pence per mile. despite its name officially being called Pensacola International Airport, P&S Airport doesn't actually serve any international destinations. I guess they're operating on the premise that if you build it, they will come. Indeed, it's the 10th busiest airport in Florida, with around 3,000 passengers a day coming through P&S every day in 2019. If you like this cool bag tag, by the way, you can pick it up in the merch store at noelphillips.com. I'd like to say a big thanks to my patrons too. You can join them at the link on the screen now to get access to my WhatsApp group, weekly Zoom calls and much more.
Well, here we are then at P&S International Airport in Pensacola, Florida, and a great little flight that was with Silver Airways. What a nice airline they are. Proper southern hospitality that was. The cabin crew were just absolutely lovely. And that ATR was a cool ride as well in that beautiful pink colour scheme with the flamingo on the tail. I mean, how cool is that really? Really cloudy day here actually. It was a really sort of misty approach into the ILS into runway 17 here. I think the cloud base was about 500 feet AGL, and the minimums here is like 300 or something, so yeah, it was a little bit dicey. We potentially were close to going around, I guess, but other than that we were alright. Let me know what you thought too, Silver Airways, down in the comments below, and what you thought too, the flight up from Fort Lauderdale via Orlando to P&S International Airport here at Pensacola, Florida. In the meantime, as always, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.